Today we're taking a look at these MLB matches, which are happening on Tuesday, July 18, 2023, and giving you our team and total picks for today. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and to push the notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. Also check out our Patreon if you want access to our premium picks. Our Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. You will find the link to our Patreon in the description and comments section below. Tampa Bay Rays vs Texas Rangers. Tampa Bay is 60-37 overall this year. They sit in first place in the American League East Division as they hold a game lead over the Orioles. The Rays have the second best record in baseball, they are just 3.5 games back of the Orioles. The Rays are 3-9 over the course of their last 12 games. In their latest game, they were defeated by the Rangers by a score of 3-2 on Monday, July 17. The Rays scored both of their runs in the first 2 innings of the game, but they could not hold on as a wild pitch by Pete Fairbanks allowed the Rangers to earn the walk-off win. Shane McClanahan pitched 6 innings and allowed 2 earned runs in a no-decision outing. On Tuesday, the Rays will start Taj Bradley. The right-handed pitcher is 5.5 with an ERA of 5.43 this year. He has started 13 games this year, and in his last start, he faced the Braves in a 6-1 loss on Saturday, July 8. He pitched 5 innings and allowed 4 earned runs as he was given the loss. Bradley has an ERA of 4.96 during road games and an ERA of 6.67 during night games. In 2 starts in July, Bradley has an ERA of 9.72. Bradley has already faced the Rangers earlier in the season. He pitched 3.2 innings and gave up 4 earned runs in a loss. The Rays are 6-7 when Bradley starts, but they are 3-7 in their last 10. Tampa Bay is hitting .258 from the plate this year, which ranks 8th in the league. The Rays have scored the 2nd most runs and the 6th most hits this year. The team has also hit the 3rd most home runs, and they have stolen the most bases in the league. The Rays are hitting the exact same on the road as they are at home with a .258 average. In 4 games against the Rangers, Tampa is hitting .246, where both teams have split the game so far. The Rays have taken 2 out of 4 from Texas. The Rangers are 56-39 this season. They are in first place in the American League West Division. They hold a 3.5 game lead over the Astros for the top spot in the division. Texas also has the 4th best record in baseball. They are 6.5 games back of the Braves, who lead baseball with the best record. The Rangers have been hot since the All-Star break, they have won 4 straight games entering Tuesday. Prior to the break, they were struggling as they lost 8 of their final 11 games, but they have regained form. In their last game, they beat the Rays 3-2 in Game 1 of the series on Monday night. The Rangers earned the walk-off win after a wild pitch was thrown and Josh Smith scored the run. Ezequiel Duran hit a 2-run home run to tie the game in the 6th inning. Take the Rangers to cover the run line. The Rays have been struggling lately, and their pitching has been a big reason why. They have allowed far too many runs, and their offense has not been able to make up the difference. On Tuesday, they will be facing a tough pitching matchup against Martin Perez, who has a 6.67 ERA in night games this year and a 9.72 ERA in his last 2 starts. The Rangers, on the other hand, have the most high-scoring offense in the league this season, and they should be able to take advantage of Perez's struggles. Texas's starting pitcher, Nathan Eovaldi, has a 2.93 ERA at home, so I think the Rangers will be able to hold the Rays down and cover the run line. The over is the play in this game, as the Rangers should score over 5 runs against a poor starting pitcher. Eovaldi will slow down Tampa, but the Rays did score 4 runs against him in an earlier meeting this year. The offense should be the star of the show in Tuesday night's tilt. Take the over on Tuesday. Washington Nationals vs Chicago Cubs. Washington got on the board first, but it was short-lived as their 1-run 2nd inning was followed up by the Cardinals, tallying 4 runs in a row. The 2nd inning run came off a solo blast from Keibert Ruiz. Incidentally, the Nationals finished with both 4 hits and 4 runs. SSC Abrams accounted for 2 of those hits. Josiah Gray got the start, and he allowed 4 runs and struck out 2 over 5 innings pitched. RHP Trevor Williams is slated to make his 11th road start of the season. He's currently holding a 5.5 record to go with a 4.42 ERA on the season. On the road, that ERA has ticked up a bit to 4.66, which happens to be his highest throwing split of the season. What's more, on the road Williams has been allowing his highest home run rate. Under the lights, he's fared a bit better, although ball control has been an issue as he's registered 20 walks over 56 innings. Against the Cubs earlier this season, Williams tossed a solid game. He threw for just over 5 innings and struck out 4 without allowing a single run. Williams will look to lean on his prior success to turn around his road woes this season. After totaling 10 runs in Game 2, the series finale against Boston featured Chicago allowing 11 to their 5. The 5 runs from Chicago didn't come until the 8th and 9th inning, by then it was too little too late. With their total runs matching hits, of note, Mike Tauchman was the only Cub to get multiple hits at the plate and he went 2-2 in the box. Justin Steele got the nod, and over 6 innings he struck out 6 while allowing 10 hits and 6 runs. RHP Jamison Talon is due to take the hump for his 9th road start of the season. The 31-year-old currently has a 3-6 record to go with his 6.15 ERA. He has struggled thus far throwing out of Wrigley, as he holds a 7.41 ERA and has allowed opposition to hit .323 in the box. However, during night games he's been a much better pitcher, as his ERA has dropped down to 4.79 in those contests. What's more, Talon has struck out 42 batters in 47 night innings. The drawback has been his susceptibility to giving up the long ball when playing under the lights. In his 2 July starts, Talon has thrown much better. He's knocked his ERA down to a manageable 2.77 and has logged 10 Ks over 13 innings. He was hit pretty good last time he suited up against the Nationals. He was pulled after just 3 innings after he allowed 3 runs. On the plus side, he retired 4. Take the Nationals plus 1.5 runs. The Cubs have a good offense, but they haven't been able to pull away in games. Talon has been hittable, and his home ERA is his weakest. Williams has struggled with control, but he's been better under the lights. Talon is not a strikeout pitcher, so I think the Nationals will be able to score some runs and keep the game close. As mentioned, neither of these pitchers has exhibited the strongest backing thus far in the season. That said, Williams tossed a very strong game against the Cubs earlier this season, where he held them scoreless through 5. The Nationals have been able to make contact, but haven't been able to do much with those hits. If the extra base hits aren't coming, it's hard to see how the offense gains steam, given their poor home run rate. Not to mention, each team has been hitting markedly worse over the course of July. The play is the under. Detroit Tigers vs Kansas City Royals. The Detroit Tigers have struggled at the plate throughout the first half of the season and continue to do so beginning the second half. Detroit is 28th in both on-base percentage with .298 and runs scored with 357, while the Tigers are 29th or next to last in team batting average with .230 and in slugging percentage with .368. Spencer Torkelson is the leader in home runs with 12, while Jake Rogers and Kerry Carpenter have each hit 11. Torkelson is the leader in RBI with 46, and Javier Baez is second with 44. Detroit has hit 138 doubles, 15 triples and 87 home runs in 92 games. Kansas City has won only 27 of its 94 games thus far, with a winning percentage of just .287, which is not surprising due to their lack of performance at the plate and on the mound. Kansas City has a team batting average of .232, which is 25th, but drops 28th in slugging percentage at .373, 29th in runs scored with 348, and 30th or last in on-base percentage with .294. Bobby Witt Jr. is leading Kansas City in home runs with 16 and RBI with 51, while Salvador Perez, questionable, is second in home runs with 15 and RBI with 40. Kansas City has 149 doubles, 23 triples, and 82 home runs in 94 games. Detroit has won 7 of its last 9 head-to-head against Kansas City and on the road, and the Tigers have won 4 of their last 5 overall. Kansas City has lost 8 of its last 10 overall, and the Royals have lost 11 of the last 14 against a team from the American League. Kansas City is 28th in team ERA at 5.25 and 29th in runs scored with 348. Detroit's team ERA is certainly not the best, but at 4.39, which is 21st, it's nearly a run lower than Kansas City. Detroit Tigers starting pitcher Tarek Skubal has appeared in just 2 games this season, but has not allowed any runs with just 2 hits in 8 innings, with 11 strikeouts and 2 walks. Kansas City starting pitcher Brady Singer has allowed 6 runs over the last 11 innings, while striking out just 7 and walking 4. Take Detroit with the money line. Our total pick is over.